Welcome to SATV News. This is Shibala Alam with our headlines. Holy Eid al-Adha is being celebrated across the country with due solemnity and sense of sacrifice. Government has given the opportunity of corruption to the state with indemnity in power sector, alleged Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir. Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa announced to step down after palace stormed. Protesters set Prime Minister's house on fire. Wishing all my viewers a very happy Eid al-Adha. Now, continuing. The Holy Eid al-Adha, second biggest religious festival of the Muslims, is being celebrated across the country today. President Abdul Hamid and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina issued separate messages greeting Muslims in Bangladesh and all over the world on the occasion of the Eid al-Adha. The main Eid congregation was held at the National Eidgah at 8 a.m. Eid congregation was held at the historic Sholakia ground in Kishoreganj this year after the break of 2 years due to COVID-19 pandemic. A total of 5 Eid Jamaats are being held at the Baitul Mukarram National Mosque. The first Jamaat was held at a.m. Adequate security measures have been taken for peaceful and smooth celebrations of the Holy Eid al-Adha. State-run Bangladesh Television and Bangladesh Betar, as well as other TV channels and radio stations, would broadcast special programs on the occasion of Eid al-Adha. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina today sent greetings to the country's heroic freedom fighters on the occasion of Eid al-Adha, the festival of sacrifices. The Prime Minister sent flowers, fruits and sweets to the war-wounded freedom fighters and family members of the martyred and war-wounded freedom fighters rehabilitation center at Ghaznavi Road in the capital's Mohammadpur. Meanwhile, BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir has complained that people have suffered during the Eid procession due to lack of good governance and mismanagement of transport and communication by the government. He also said that with indemnity in the power sector, the government has given an opportunity to corruption in the state. Mirza Fakhrul said that after visiting Zia Rahman's shrine in Shere Bangla Nagar at noon, he blamed government mismanagement and corruption for the power crisis. Viewers are taking a short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching SATV News. Now news from abroad. Amid shock and grief, just 2 days after the assassination of former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, Japan is holding an election today for the upper house of its parliament. It's widely believed that sympathy over Shinzo Abe's death will win more seats for the ruling Liberal Democratic Party. With heavy hearts, Japanese voters started heading to the polls Sunday morning to elect representatives for about half of the seats in the Diet's upper house, the House of Councillors. This comes 2 days after Japan's former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was shot dead in the street while giving a speech in support of a ruling party candidate. Polls suggested a strong showing in the election for the ruling Liberal Democratic Party led by Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, for whom Abe was a close confidant. In the election, there are 125 seats being contested out of 248 in the parliament's less powerful upper chamber.
And a wave of sympathy could boost its margin. Campaigning paused after
Sri Lanka's opposition political parties will meet on Sunday to agree on a new government, a day after the country's president and prime minister offered to resign in the country's most chaotic day in the months of political turmoil, with protesters storming both official homes and setting fire to one of the buildings in a rage over the nation's economic crisis. Protesters who stormed the president's official residence, his office, and the prime minister's official residence on Saturday spent the night there, saying they will stay until the leaders officially resign. Opposition lawmakers M.A. Sumantharan said all opposition parties combined could easily muster the 113 members needed to show majority in parliament, whereupon they will request President Gotabaya Rajapaksa to install the new government and then resign.
Sri Lankan Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, who, like the president, managed to escape without harm.
Before ending, we go through the headlines again. Holy Eid al-Azha is being celebrated across the country with due solemnity and sense of sacrifice. Government has given the opportunity to corruption of the state with indemnity in power sector, alleged Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir. Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa announced to step down after palace storm. Protesters set Prime Minister's house on fire. You're up to date so far here on SATV News, and to know the latest news, visit www.satvtv.tv. Stay with SATV.